This video is about congruent triangles and how to create a flow proof. What you have in front of you is going to be given to you at the beginning. So you're going to see given, which remember is your start, and then prove, which is supposed to be your finish, and a picture to work with. The flow proof, remember, goes left to right. So as I'm looking at this, I'm going to be following that strategy when I build here the pieces that I've written out for the proof. So if you notice in your given, you know two things to begin with. We have a set of congruent segments and a second set of congruent segments. So what I'm going to do right now is mark those in the picture so I can have a visual of what I know already. So I have segment AC is congruent to segment DC, and then I have segment BC is congruent to segment EC. So in terms of our shortcuts, this means that we have two sets of sides, so our shortcut needs to have at least two S's in it. But before we get there, let's grab the pieces that match our given. So here I have segment AC is matched with segment DC. And with that, I'm going to have the word given, because that was given at the top of the proof in the given statement. Also with that, I have my second set of information. Segment BC is congruent to segment EC. And again, with that, I'm going to place given. So because it is up here in the given, I have given with them down here. Now, when we write these out, we usually have little boxes, but I figured the pieces of paper would be faster for trying to get this laid out for you in a video. Now remember, there's a chain of 3 boxes here because our shortcuts involve 3 parts. Unfortunately, at this moment, I only have 2 pieces, so I need to figure out what my third bit of information down here would be. Remember, we want to look at our diagram and focus in on where our triangles touch when we're missing information. That's going to guide us to what we can use for our missing piece. In this case, when I look closer, I have this X formation. Whoops, I totally went off screen there. Sorry, I have this X formation, and with it, there is a set of vertical angles. So pull up a little higher again. Please go back into focus. There we go, I think it's better. So that is our missing piece of information. Again, it's right where the triangles are touching. And in this case, they touch at vertical angles. So my third bit of information is a set of angles and the description about them. So just looking at this a little bit closer before we move on, my angles are named with 3 letters because if you look at the diagram, you can't just talk about them as angle C because that's not clear. So we have to trace out the angles with 3 letters, and remember the vertex is always the middle letter. So looking at the pieces, we have A, C, B in the upper triangle, and then here we have D, C, E in the lower triangle. Remember, when you look, all the matches are consistent. A is always matching up with D. Here it is down here as well. Next letter, we got C matching with itself. Over and over that happens. And then thirdly, our last match, we have B always matching with E. You can see it here, you can see it here again. And those matches are going to show up when we move on to this part here and we match up our triangles. These three pieces are helping us use a shortcut to show these triangles are congruent. And again, looking closer at the diagram so you can see the shortcut, we have side, angle in the middle, and then another side. And up here, down here, side, angle in the middle, and another side. Now when we built our list, the angle didn't land in the middle. That's okay. This order might be a little bit different than the diagram. Usually we focus on what we know first. And so it isn't really until this point that we see the side angle side label in the correct order. So now we've matched up our congruent triangles, and then that lets us talk about new matches. This proof for our new match wants us to match up a set of angles. Should have done that on two separate pieces. Whoopsie. There's the set of angles. And remember, this 5-letter combo is showing that we've matched up triangles. Now we're looking at new matching parts, and we're going to be able to say that they're congruent. So in this order, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. This is the main format for a flow proof. We've got the 3 sets of parts here. These will always be sets of sides and angles. After that, in the middle, we've got our triangles that we can show are congruent. After our triangles, we're going to have a new set of sides or angles. Remember, the given is on the left and the proof is on the right. Hopefully this helps you review proofs. I think I'll post a second one of these as well. Take care.